Hi, welcome to Hioffer's Conversations with Teachers. I'm Colina, and I'm fortunate to have with me Nabalee. Welcome, Nabalee, and thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Well, thank you for having me, Colina.
Thank you. So, where are you calling from?
Right now, I'm located in the United States. I
Mhm.
live in Florida. I'm actually originally from New York City. I'm sure many of our viewers are familiar with there, but right
Yeah.
now I'm in Florida.
Very good. How long were you in New York City?
Well, I was born and raised there, so I was there for most of my childhood.
Mhm.
And then when I was approaching my teenage years, I moved to Florida for a couple years, and then I kind of bounced around for school.
Yeah. I bet that the weather is a lot different from New York to Florida.
Very much so. I will tell you right now, where I live it does not
Mhm.
snow. So that's a good thing. No shoveling snow in the driveway, and it's a bad thing, the humidity.
Oh, yes, the humidity. But do you miss snow?
No. No, I don't. I like the heat.
Oh, that's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about how you got started in English teaching.
Okay, well, that's an excellent question. Uh, One of my majors when I was in college was East Asian Studies with a focus on the Chinese language.
Mhm.
So, as part of my experience, I decided to do a study abroad and learn more about the Chinese language, more about the Chinese culture. And I had a wonderful time. This was my second time going to China, and
Mhm.
I spent approximately 7 months in Beijing. And while I was there, I was at Peking University, and I saw that a lot of my colleagues, my that were international students, my friends,
Mhm.
and even some of my teachers who were Chinese, they said, "Hey, can you teach me some English, especially American English?" So I
Mhm.
said, "Sure." So I fell into teaching that way. And that was about, 10, 11 years ago. And
Wow.
I've stuck with it ever since.
You mentioned you were in China. Was it twice?
At that time, it was my second time, but I've been
Mhm.
there approximately 3 times. So the
Oh,
first
three
time was in
times.
Hong Kong, second time in Beijing, and
Mhm.
third time in Chengdu.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's wonderful. So now you are teaching online mainly?
Yes, I find that teaching online is a little cheaper and faster way to get to China than boarding the plane and flying over. Even
Yeah.
though I do love being in China, I
Mhm.
find that teaching online is very convenient.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's very convenient and also very fun. So, with the English teaching online, what advice do you have for the budding online English teacher?
Well, I would say that my primary advice for teachers that are online is
Mhm.
to have a lot of patience.
Mhm.
I just so happen to know Chinese, so when I teach, let's say, native Chinese speakers English, I can
Mhm.
rely on my skill set
Yeah.
somewhat to maybe aid in pronunciation.
Mhm.
But if you only know English and and the student that you're speaking with knows very limited English, you must have a lot of patience. For example, if you say good morning, and the student will say in response, say good morning, and then you say, don't say, and they say, don't say. So you just need to have some patience with the process because over time, they will get it.
Yeah. It's kind of a circular thing. So yes, I agree. Patience is number one. Do Is it required to know Chinese to teach Chinese learners?
Absolutely not.
Mm.
Honestly, I find that in my prior history, majority of my colleagues who teach online do not
Mhm.
know any Chinese.
Ah.
So I am definitely the unicorn of the pack or the black sheep, so to speak. I literally am the outcast.
Yeah.
But to be honest, you really don't need it. Very
Mhm.
rarely do I rely on that skill set
Mhm.
when I'm teaching. So, but it's
Mhm.
there if I do need it.
Yeah. That's it's definitely advantage, but not a requirement.
No, not by any means.
So, teaching English online versus teaching English in the classroom, how does this differ for the teacher?
Excellent question. So when you're teaching in a classroom and you're face to face, of course, it's a more intimate setting,
Mhm.
and you can rely on verbal cues using your hand and also using your whole body. You know,
Mhm.
TPR, what they say, total physical response,
Yeah.
and there's just more of a connection. However, when you are teaching online, there's only your webcam,
Mm.
and you have to really rely on your communication skills and maybe some hand gestures to
Yeah.
really engage your student.
Yeah.
So where they can't feel that physical energy when
Mhm.
they're not physically in the room with you, you have to just be that much more present and
Yeah.
aware of your presence while on the webcam. So
Yeah. Yes, being aware of your presence and understanding how your body moves,
mhm.
especially online, could be important.
Yep.
I've had some teachers ask me questions like, how do Chinese learners differ from learners from other countries like Poland or Italy, et cetera, et cetera. Have you found a difference in the style of teaching and learning in China?
Um, well, since majority of my experience is with native Chinese speakers,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I realize, compared to maybe some other students who I've had from other African countries or other Asian
Yeah.
countries,
Mm-hmm.
Chinese speakers are very shy.
Yeah.
So they'll say something in English and they'll laugh, or maybe they wouldn't want to be as upfront in saying what you're trying to say. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe it takes repeating that phrase and maybe even breaking it down in smaller digestible portions a
Mm-hmm.
few times before they build that level of comfortability with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be definitely important. And
Mhm.
also it could probably show some interesting what what do we like not experiment like you can really see this that's it, you can really see the student come out of their shell in
Oh,
that.
yeah, definitely. And whenever you encourage a student to really break free and be themselves in a
Yeah.
foreign language,
Yeah.
then you know you've mastered the process.
Yeah, and I bet this next question, what do you love about your job?
Oh my goodness. There's so much. There's so much to say. I love the variety. I love
Mm-hmm.
I, the variety from student to student always changes. Some students will be super excited. Some may be a little bit more tame.
Mm-hmm.
But you really get to flex all of your teaching muscles and skill sets when dealing with the varying students. Also, I find that just teaching is very rewarding because these students are enhancing their life through you
Mm-hmm.
by your knowledge and your abilities.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I love it. I really do. I selfishly, I really like hearing when my students succeed on an exam, an English exam, or they say, "Hey, I got accepted to an English-speaking college or a college in an
Mm-hmm.
English-speaking country."
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say, "Yes, I was a
Yeah.
part of that."
Yeah, like those light bulb moments and the feeling of helping somebody get to their goal is very satisfying.
Definitely, definitely.
So you've lived in China a few times and traveled a lot. And what would you say to a teacher that is a little bit on the fence with moving to a different country, such as China? Would you recommend it or?
What I will say from an American perspective, China is certainly a culture shock.
Mhm.
And I would say when I first got there, it was a lot to take in because everything is just so different and there are no letters. There are only characters and symbols
Mhm.
around.
Mhm.
But I embrace the culture so much. I don't think I found anyone, the culture is so hospitable. I mean, Americans are cool,
Yeah.
but the Chinese culture is really, they just welcome you with open arms. They
Mhm.
spoil you rotten.
Mhm.
And even if you say one word in Chinese, even if it's ni hao, hello,
Uh-huh.
you'll see the whole room. Everyone will light up. Oh, you speak Chinese. Oh, and you're like,
Mhm.
okay, don't say anymore. That's all I know. So, but they're so hospitable. I love the culture.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend the experience. You get to
Mhm.
save a lot of money too, because most times if you're teaching in China, what I realize is they'll pay for your room and board, your utilities. Sometimes you get a food stipend. So it depends on the program, but it can be very rewarding. So you do get an opportunity to save your pennies.
Oh yeah, that's really nice. You probably was full a lot of the times too from getting lots of food.
Oh my gosh, the food is insanely amazing, and it's different from province to province and city to
Yeah,
city. So,
yeah.
and it's so cheap. It's so cheap.
It's
I
so
love it, and so
it's so
delicious.
cheap and delicious. You're like,
Yes,
oh,
yes, I loved
always,
it.
always hungry. So I met you through Hioffer. How did you find the Hioffer recruiting platform?
Really good question. And I was trying to remember how I found it. I believe it might have been through Indeed. I know I do a lot of digging online. It might
Mhm.
have been through Indeed.com.
Yeah.
And it was a easy it even though for me it was a little bit of a needle in the haystack because you look through so many job offers, and when I came across High Offer,
Mhm.
oh my goodness, I was shocked to see that there was a platform such as this that was
Mhm.
so simple and easy
Yeah.
existing out there. Why I haven't come across it sooner in my years is I guess I wasn't that lucky back then.
Well, High Offer is a new recruiting platform, and so for those of you who are not familiar, we are a online database program for English teachers looking for jobs online or in the classroom in China for Chinese learners. And any teacher can register for free, and after your registration you can get some benefits such as discounted TEFL training, and you can apply for jobs directly, and also through your profile have employers contact you. So how is the registration process for you?
It was very simple, very
Mm.
simple. It probably took less than a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I was already receiving responses in the first few days. People who were
Mhm.
actively reaching out, and
Yeah.
the platform to message potential employers, that is also relatively easy. I
Mhm.
send my message, I attach my resume, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, now,
Simple.
yeah, it's very simple, and now I can meet and we can connect with wonderful people like yourself.
Oh,
So
thank you.
it's always a pleasure. And so, getting back to you, what is your favorite Chinese idiom or phrase?
Oh, there's so many to choose from, but um, the one phrase that I do love to say is 加油. So 加油 is like literally translates to add oil or add gas.
Really?
But yeah, so that's what it literally means. So if you go to a gas station, you can say 加油 to the gas station attendant.
Uh-huh.
But it also means you can do it. Go. You know.
Ah,
So
加油.
yeah, that's it.
Oh,
You got it.
yay!
I should be teaching
Fantastic.
English, not Chinese, but
Yeah, yeah. That's a good phrase. Okay, so let's say it again one more time together. Are you ready?
ready.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 加
Jayo! I love
Wonderful.
that phrase. I will remember that phrase for a very long time. Thank you, Nabalee, for taking the time to talk with me. I'll love to talk to you again, and we'll be in touch. And don't forget, Jayo!
加油. All
Thank
right.
you. Bye
Thanks.
bye. Thank you for joining Conversations with Teachers. I am Colina, and our guest was Nabalee, an American online English teacher from Florida. She's registered as a teacher with High Offer. If you are interested in becoming an English teacher online or in the classroom in China, please see details below for how to register with us for free. You can also look at our latest job openings by following the link in the description below. Have a great day.